Hello everyone, in this playthrough we're going to beat Elden Ring using flame art and fire damage. We won't level up, but make use of stat boosting items, such as great runes, talismans, crystal tears, and equipment with special effects. For this run, we will follow the game's progression route, which means we will be navigating throughout Elden Ring's world in the sequence intended by the game's design. Before we can become a skilled fire dancer, we must first address some errands to obtain essential items for our skill set. We visit the coastal cave to procure the Armorer's Cookbook 2 from the merchant, empowering us to craft fire bone arrows. Then we proceed to Church of Ely to meet Merchant Caelid, where we replenish our supplies with cracked pots and a torch. Our expedition then takes us to Groveside Cave, where we acquire an additional cracked pot. Undeterred, we advance to Stormhill and secure the Strength Knot Crystal Tier. In Northlam Grave, we purchased another cracked pot from a merchant. Next, we venture to Summonwater Village, adding the Green Turtle Talisman to our inventory. Continuing onwards, the Mistwood beckons, where we collect the Spike-Cracked Tier and Greenspill Crystal Tier, alongside obtaining the Axe Talisman in the ruins. Next, we acquire the Armorer's Cookbook 1 from Arcaden Camp northeast of Akil Lake North, enhancing our crafting capabilities with fire grease. Next, we will journey to the Altus shack to obtain the Homing Instinct painting, and then venture to the Dragonburnt ruins to acquire the Incantation Scarab. Moving to the Weeping Peninsula, we secure another cracked pot from a merchant camping near Castle Morn Rampart. Advancing north of the Demi-Human Forest ruins and east of the Church of Pilgrimage, we uncover the Faith Nut Crystal Tier amongst poison flowers. Then we make our way to Castle Morn, where we collect smithing stones and farm for the Iron Cleaver, which we later upgrade to +3 for the impending encounter with the area boss, Leonine Misbegotten. Okay. After defeating the area boss of the Weeping Peninsula, our expedition takes us to the Weeping Everjail, where we must defeat the ancient hero of the Moor for the Radahn Scar Seal. Yeah, luckily I can craft as many grease and fire pots as I like, because the materials for them are quite accessible, so... Oh, okay. Okay, we got it. I think I have collected everything that I need from here, so I'm just going to make my way to the Castle Ward Tunnel now. Guided to Roundtable Hold by Melina, we meet Corin at the Table of Grace. Following our encounter, we purchase fire incantations from him. Then we head to the Twin Maidens to purchase the Finger Seal. Afterwards, we seek out Master Yuke to upgrade the cleaver to +6 using the smithing stones gathered throughout Limgrave and the Weeping. Now that we've gathered all our initial gear, it's time to confront Margaret, who stands as the gatekeeper preventing our progression inside Stormveil Castle. For this encounter, I'll be utilizing my Iron Cleaver +6, which is coated with fire grease along with fire pots. Okay. Yeah, the cleaver is giving me some trouble, I have to say. The cleaver is giving me trouble. Look at the cleavers. Look at the R2 of the cleaver. Look. Where are you running? Like, where are you going? This is just crazy. Where are you going? You don't want to know like how many times Margaret just hit me in the face because I keep doing this. Oh well. Having successfully infiltrated Stormveil Castle, we acquire the Highland Axe from beneath the grand painting of Godfrey within the fortress of the Grafted Scion. As we explore the castle, we come across additional cracked pots amidst living jars. Utilizing the smithing stones gathered within Stormveil Castle, we upgrade the Highland Axe to +7, enhancing its potency. With preparations complete, it's time to confront the area boss Godrick the Grafted. Securing his rune is essential for our progression in this playthrough. For this battle, I'll be wielding the Highland Axe +7, enhanced with fire grease for added potency. Good. I'm glad about this.
And one
After successfully defeating Godrick the Grafted, we obtain his Great Rune as our reward. Our journey continues as we travel to the Divine Tower of Limgrave, where we can restore Godrick's Great Rune, a pivotal moment in our playthrough. With these tasks now completed, we are prepared to proceed to Liurnia, the next destination in our adventure. First, we will grab a ritual pot from the Leskia runes and then head to a small island for the Dexterity Knot Crystal tier. Next on the agenda is to pick up the Two-Finger Heirloom Talisman, which increases our faith by 5. For that, we have to make our way to the Purified Ruins. Okay, here we're in the Altus shack. I now have to cross to the other side, as up ahead is a Fire Monk's camp, and here I'll be spending the next hour or more, depending on how lucky I get with farming, since I need to farm now for the Fire Priest or Fire Monk's mace. Yeah! I got everything! Holy shit! That's great! Yeah, the silver pickled whatever it's called. The silver pickled foal foot did help once again. Once again, it did not disappoint me. That's so great. I'm glad. Okay, next ahead we shall take the Spirit Spring and continue northwest via Liurnia North. Okay, so over there we can see another Fire Monk's camp, and over here is a body, and that body holds the Fire Monk's prayer book. That one I'll give to Karin, and he'll call me a heretic, but I don't really care. Okay, so here we are in Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. As always, I always come here, and yeah, I'll just go through the area and meet you guys at the boss gate. Okay, let's go in. Good. Before proceeding to Raya Lucaria, we will revisit the Round Table Hold to deliver the prayer book to Karin and acquire knowledge of Fire Monk incantations.
That is a work of heresy.
Upon our arrival in Raya Lucaria, we will obtain another ritual pot from the hallway. Now it's time to confront the gatekeeper boss, Red Wolf of Radahn. For this battle, I will rely on incantations.
Oh, I don't have any. Dude, that was absolutely not what I wanted to do. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I did not want to drink. I don't know what I did there. That was not what I wanted.
After taking down the red roof, we can head to the academy courtyard. Among living jars and a glintstone sorcerer, we can snag a cracked pot. Then, it's time to face the final boss of the arena, Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. In this battle, I'll use the Fire Monk's mace, which I have boosted to plus 10. To amp it up with firepower, I'll once again apply Fire Grease.
Oh, thankfully.
After defeating Rennala, our next destination is Ranni's location. To reach her, we must traverse Caelid Manor. Apart from gathering smithing stones, there's nothing else of interest in this area. At the end of Caelid Manor, we face its boss, Loretta, whose defeat is crucial to unlock an audience with Ranni.
Yeah, I should have changed my Crimson Tears, but I don't want to run back now. Oh, fuck, move. Oh, I don't know what I hit, but it's done, so I'm glad about that.
Once we've bested Loretta, we'll proceed through the Three Sisters to meet Ranni. Her questline ensures a seamless progression of the Radahn festival without any disruptions to our route. Along this journey, we'll encounter Blythe, who will meet with us at Siofra River. But before heading there, it's worth making a detour to Pydia, a servant of the royal family who will sell a ritual pot to us. Now it's time to go below the well in the Mistwoods to Siofra River. Before we uncover the secret to unlocking the stars, let's tackle the Dragonkin soldier as the area boss for fun. After the fight, we can grab Marika's Scar Seal for some extra faith stats. This talisman might prove useful during our playthrough.
Oh fuck, it didn't fucking work. Scheiße. Okay, let's go pick up the Marika's Scar Seal and then out of here.
Meeting Blythe at Siofra River sets off a wild goose chase. First, we need to return to Celavis, who will direct us to Salin, found in the Waypoint ruins. However, we'll need to defeat the Pumpkinhead first, before even getting a word in with Salin. After gathering intel from Salin, we can return to Blythe, who will rendezvous with us at Redmane Castle. Before we return to Caelid, however, let's swing by the Round Table Hold to claim our reward for acquiring 2 great runes.
Here we're in Caelid. There is a scarab here close by that I need to get, hopefully before one of the doggos sees me. Okay, I got the Whirl of Flame, and with that I'm gonna make my way to the Minor Earth Tree here, since the avatar drops the Shrouding Cracked Flame. Green Burst, Flame Shrouding, that's the one I wanted. Okay, great. Next, we have to go to Fort Gale, but before we go there, watch out, there are the enemies over there. There is a scarab here, an invisible scarab, as you can see. Okay, there you go. And that scarab dropped the Ash of Warflame of Redmane, so now I can finally have a flame weapon and don't have to keep using fire grease, so that is great. After securing the Flame Grant Me Strength incantation from a body behind Fort Gale, we can now breach into the fort to acquire the Star Scorch heirloom. Okay, I took the way gate in Fort Gale, which basically transported me here to the entrance of Redmane Castle. In a small graveyard along the south cliffside behind Redmane Castle, we can find another Fire Ash of War, the Flaming Strike. It is dropped by a teardrop scarab. Arriving at Redmane Castle, we're met with the exhilarating atmosphere of the Radahn festival, an epic celebration of war. Amidst the grandeur of the festival grounds, we gather to showcase our prowess and honor General Radahn. Here, we immerse ourselves in the thrill of battle and revel in the glory it brings. after the Radahn festival, I'll head back to Volcano Castle to retrieve the Flamberg. It's located on a rampart guarded by a pumpkin head. Next ahead, we're in this chamber here, which lies over here, and here I can pick up the red hot wet blade. That is the item that I've been wanting to get for the longest time, and this lets me assign fire damage to my weapons. And the next item that I will grab from Volcano Castle is in this chamber. Anyway, I'll grab it. And this is the Armorer's Cookbook 4, which allows me to craft red main fire pots. Okay, we're now in Dragonbearer. I used the way gate in Limgrave at the Third Church of Marika. I still need to collect a death root so that I can bring it to Goreng and receive the claw mark seal. Anyway, so here in Frost Pharaoh, I can finally grab the Radahn sword seal. We return to Limgrave. There, we pay a visit to War Master Bernal and purchase some of his battle arts. Now it's time to set off for Altus Plateau. This time, we will forego the Dactus lift and instead take the Coward's Path. Traversing through the rune-strewn precipice, we must confront the boss at the end of the route. I'm not even sure if I can because of all the lava. Oh, okay, I can. I'm not even sure how many I need to do actually. After defeating the worm, we obtain the Magma Worm Scale Sword, a curved greatsword that deals fire damage. Now, we can ascend using the lift located at the end of the arena. Arriving in Altus Plateau, near the abandoned coffin site of Grace, we can see the Ruler's Mask, boosting our faith by 1. Next, we venture to the Lux Ruins, where we claim the Ritual Sword Talisman by defeating the Demi-Human Queen. Afterwards, we set our sights on Mount Gelmir. In Mount Gelmir, we set foot in Fort Lade. Here, our first challenge is to defeat the Fire Prelate, who drops the Prelate's Infernal Crozier, a colossal weapon that scales with both strength and dexterity, dealing fire damage. After overcoming the Fire Prelate, we proceed through the door. Inside, we discover the Armorer's Cookbook 7 on a corpse, providing the knowledge to craft Giant's Flame Fire Pot. Ascending the steps to reach the roof triggers a monologue. Upon jumping over the walls and onto the platform, we find the Fire Scorpion Charm, which boosts fire damage by 12%. Now it's time to locate Alexander, whom we discover launching in a pool of lava near Seathwater Terminus. Engaging in conversation with him will lead to receiving the jar headgear, enhancing the power of throwing pot items. Afterward, we backtrack to Altus Plateau to meet up with Raya. However, before doing so, let's make a detour to Altus Tunnel for some extra smithing stones. At the end of the tunnel, we confront the area boss. Poor guy. He did not deserve this.
It's time to reunite with Raya at the Tree Gazing Hill. From there, she will take us to Volcano Manor. Having arrived at Volcano Manor, we meet Tanith and become part of the Volcano Manor family. In the common room, we encounter an old friend, Knight Bernal, who will open his shop to us after we complete our first assassination. Now it's time for some bloody work. We follow up with the manor letters, which detail our assassination targets after offering our allegiance to the Volcano Manor. Each letter assigns a different target. After the first kill, we can purchase the Battle Art Eruption from Bernal. Completing the second task prompts a ghost to appear in the manor, imploring us to defeat Praetor Rykard. With his pleas heard, we make our way to the prison town church. Exiting the church, we find ourselves in a village submerged in lava. Circling around the map, we eventually locate a temple. Halfway through the temple, a Godskin noble emerges. Defeating the Godskin noble opens up the Temple of Egale, taking the lift to the top and then jumping down from the balcony onto a mountain ledge. We follow this path until we encounter a man-serpent who we can farm for a magma blade. Continuing through the building, we encounter an area that is sealed by an imp statue. Passing through the door, we eventually discover the dagger talisman. Now it's time to locate the Waygate and confront the Lord of Blasphemy. For this boss fight, I'll abstain from using fire and rely solely on the Serpent Hunter, as it proves to be the most effective method against Rykard. After the confrontation, we obtain Reichard's remembrance, which we can later exchange for the blasphemous blade. Next, we're en route to the capital, making a stop at the outskirts to once again confront Margit, who crosses our path on a deserted trail. After engaging in combat, he dropped the Viridian Amber Talisman +1 upon defeat. With the Margit vanquished, we continue our journey toward the capital. However, our progress is halted by the Tree Sentinel boss, whom we must first defeat to gain entry through the gate inside the capital. After the skirmish, we can finally enter the capital. Despite discovering the incantation, Fire's Deadly Sin, in Leyndell, and considering pairing it with the Blessed Dew Talisman, it doesn't align with my current strategies for this playthrough, so I'll pass it over. Instead, we will proceed directly to the lower capital church to encounter the Omen Killer outside the church and obtain the Omen Smirk mask. This mask increases strength by 2. Now it's time to face off against the spectral shade of Godfrey. For this encounter, I'm wielding my Flamberg +18 infused with the Ash of War Eruption. Alright, got to use Eruption at last, so that's pretty great. Following the defeat of Godfrey's Shade, the path to the Erdtree clears. However, as we press on from the Queen's Bedchamber, we face another mandatory boss, Margot the Omen King. Once again, I rely on my Flamberg +18, enhanced with the Ash of War Eruption, and utilize a selection of fiery pots for this battle. I'll also equip the Jar headgear for added potency to my pots.
Why? What the fuck are you doing? Exactly. Do your weird shit over there. That was a good fight. I love the eruption. It's just a bit too delayed, so it's very tough to plan around it. If it wasn't that delayed, it would be such an amazing Ash of War. But I had fun with this fight, definitely. After defeating Morgoth, we find ourselves unable to reach the Earth Tree due to its impenetrable thorns. The game prompts us to seek the mountaintops of the Giants, where we must burn the Earth Tree at the Forge. Although I made a stop at the Guardian's Garrison, where we can acquire the One-Eyed Shield and the Giant's Prayer Book, I ended up skipping the Giant's incantations, since they didn't align with my strategies. Additionally, we can obtain the Prelate's Charged Ash of War on our way to the Flame Peak. Upon reaching Flame Peak, it's time to challenge the Fire Giant. Personally, I found fighting the Fire Giant with fire nearly impossible. Although the Fire Giant isn't completely immune to fire, he does possess strong defense against it, which makes sense given his name. For this fight, I opted for the Magma Worm Scale Sword +9. It's a heavy weapon, but not as slow as a colossal weapon, allowing for decent wielding with less of a stamina penalty, especially considering the extensive movements required in this battle. I discarded most of my fire boosts and relied heavily on strength as it enhances the attack rating and physical damage of my weapon. I need my horse. You don't want to move? No? Okay. Wow, that was a close call. Oh, why didn't this work? Well, that sucked.
Despite my best efforts, the fight still extended beyond my preference. However, given my limitations, I am satisfied with the outcome. After slaying the fire giant, we can ascend to the Forge of the Giants and ignite the Earth Tree. This action will prompt the game to transport us to Farm Azula. Apart from gathering smithing stones and a miner's bell bearing, there is nothing else for us in this area so far. With that, we can proceed directly to the boss encounter. Although I categorize sleeping pots as dark magic and could abstain from using them, I have decided to incorporate them into my strategy, as I am eager to utilize the Prelate's Inferno Crozier at least once in this playthrough. However, considering the Crozier's colossal size, heaviness and sluggishness, engaging the duo simultaneously with it would be suicidal. Moreover, I can only wield this colossal weapon by artificially boosting my stats with the Strength Not Crystal tier, which lasts for 3 minutes. Therefore, I will resort to using sleeping pots. Please enjoy this fight. I anticipated the Apostle to hurl his black fireballs, but he delayed his action. When he finally did, I missed my cue, and by the time I attempted to act, I found myself too distant to capitalize on the opportunity. Consequently, I could only lull him to sleep at the moment he began summoning the noble. I need the noble to be the last one standing, as his health will be halved, thereby eliminating the need to contend with his second phase, which presents rather bothersome attacks to deal with. After vanquishing the duo, the path is now clear for us to continue. Before heading to the Great Bridge, we will make a detour to the Dragon Temple lift, where we will find Alexander for the last time, standing on a flat arena. He will challenge us to a warrior's duel.
You are ready then? Then let us begin.
I am the great Jar Warrior, Iron Fist Alexander. Let me break, O warriors. Let us.
Once we emerge victorious, he will shatter into a multitude of pieces, and we'll receive his shard, which boosts the attack power of skills by 15%.
Always makes me sad seeing this.
Having all our errands in this area wrapped up, we're set for the Great Bridge to challenge Maliketh. Defeating him is crucial to unlock the next area and move the story forward. For this battle, I'm wielding the Magma Worm Scale Sword fully upgraded to +10. I have equipped the Ruler's Mask for an extra faith boost of +1, and combined my Wondrous with both the Strength Knot and the Faith Knot Crystal tier for added potency.
Yeah, I need to watch my fucking stamina. Wow, we have arrived in the Ashen capital here. I can pick up one more, I think, somber ancient dragon smithing stone. I don't know, they have a long ass name, but one of them. And yeah, 3 more bosses remain. Gideon Ofnir, I'll have to see what I use on Gideon.
For Gideon Ofnir, we will once again utilize the Magma Worm Scale Sword and capitalize on its Ash of War.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. Your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. As our helps to us. Once we in my bones, a man cannot kill a god.
Yeah, Gideon, I don't know. We will see. We will see.
We have come full circle and returned to the Elden Throne. But before we can finally enter the Erdtree, yet another boss emerges. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, in all his glory, stands before us as Huralu, the second to last obstacle before we can claim the throne. For this fight, I was determined to use the Magma Blade. Figuring out its Ash of War and predicting when a stance break would occur proved to be quite tricky. Spamming the Ash would result in a premature stance break, while using it sparingly would cause none. It took a few tries and a lot of patience to figure out the right balance. First phase dragged on longer than I desired because I was baiting and waiting for a specific attack that the RNG gods chose not to bestow upon me. As a result, I evaded most of his attacks without repercussions, inflicting minimal damage, if any.
Ich verstehe nicht, warum du nicht mehr... Achso, da ist. Yeah. Finally. As you can see, I've tried this a few times, and if I pick this up, I have now, what is this, 300,000 runes, right? And if I pick this up, there's nothing, because I died here a few times. I really wanted to use the magma shower, but it was quite tricky to understand when I would trigger the stance break. That was really tricky to figure out with this weapon. So I died here a few times. But hey, it worked out. It worked out in the end, and I'm happy. At the Roundtable Hold, I exchanged Rykard's Remembrance for the Blasphemous Blade, intending to wield it against the final boss. Due to the weapon's unique ability to restore HP upon hitting an enemy, I am unable to use the red feathered branch sword talisman. Instead, I have to devise an alternate setup for this run. The Blasphemous Blade deals pure fire damage and scales exclusively with faith. Therefore, I'm equipping anything that can increase my faith. For headgear, I'm opting for the Ash of War Scarab, which reduces the FP cost of skills. Did I do this? I don't even remember. My brain is on auto mode. I don't know. Yeah! Yeah! I'm always happy when I finish this. Always happy. Alright, so here we are at the Fractured America and we have finished the game. I hope you liked it. I definitely did. I had a lot of fun with this build, especially since there are so many items regarding fire damage. You have a bunch of consumables you can use. You have a broad range of weapons and ashes of war, even though some of them have been nerfed a lot, which I really found disappointing. I was really looking forward to using the Flame of Redmanes. That ash of war has been stumped to the ground. There's just no recovery for it. Yeah, there's a lot of incantations. There's even sorceries, fire sorceries, which is just crazy. So there is a lot of stuff to do. Obviously, I have covered only the aspects that fit into my build and into my play style. So there's still a broad array of fire damage, sorcery, spells, ashes of war, incantations, items, you name it, that you can choose from and build your character from, I guess. So what you see here is really just my playstyle and what worked for me in my Rune level 1 build, plus Godrick's Great Rune, and my voice is kind of doing weird stuff right now. And if you made it so far into the video, why not click the subscribe button? That one helps my channel as well. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.